Oh, hi there. Yes, I'm finally back. It is time for Late Night Scann. I've been kind of up and down so far here in set 4, not gonna lie, with content and all these things. So now I'm actually ready after doing a bunch of grinding on the game, catching up on all the cards, to start doing some late night scans again. So here we are. We're gonna let it fly with none other than the best card for sure to start season 4, in my opinion. Mike Trout. Of course, he's in the chase pack 700k, but man, this has to be the first card that I talk about here in set 4. Obviously one of the best cards in the game. Definitely one of the best outfielders still. Of course, you got to pay 700k, but is a 700k worth it? We're going to play a ranked game, dive into my strategy and what I'm thinking with 99 Mike Trout, and kind of give some thoughts. I do have more cards in this, but I'm using all like set 3 and cards I used before. And we're going to add one at a time to this God Squad as we keep progressing through these late night scans, diving into the cards, giving my thoughts, and just diving into the gameplay as we do with this series some more. So make sure you sub to the channel so you can see this God Squad progress bit by bit over these next few weeks. We're starting off with Trout. We're going to hit him in the 3 spot. He honestly is a great leadoff guy. 3-hitter, 2-hitter, anywhere you need him, but I'm going to hit him 3rd because I'm hoping the 125, 115 power is going to play. I haven't played a single ranked season game at all this season. I didn't even make World Series last season, so I'm just going to let it fly, you know, just hop on in, go to good old Date Palm Field and play first game with Mike Trout. And yeah, like I said before, I was kind of on and off with this season. I was a little burnt on the game. I was doing a little bit of offline grinding to catch up. But today, finally got all of the other programs done, and I have a fair chunk of Team Affinity done. Not all of it, though, but I'm trying to catch up on the content, get up in the loop with things, and of course, for me to make content on here, I have to be playing the game, ranked seasons, and all these modes so I can like review cards and give you guys the feedback on those things. So, good news is I have a lot of content to highlight in these late night scans, meaning I could end up recording a bunch of them, doing them bit by bit, so I can keep that itch of MLB The Show 23 while putting some good content out here. So let me know how you think about 99 Mike Trout, if you like him or not, in the comments. And yeah, let's just hop right into it. And we're facing Hilton Smith. That should be a great pitcher to face in game 1 with Mike Trout. From what I've seen of Hilton Smith, he's batting practice. Yeah, like a pretty good fastball, pretty slow breaking stuff, but he's like kind of like a Christy Mathewson type pitcher, you know, like nothing too crazy. And of course, I'm sending out Satchel Paige. If you saw one of the previous videos, pretty hit or miss. But he battled in his very first start, so we're going to use him. I will tell you, though, we're going to be testing a lot of starters as we go here. I might not highlight them in the title, depending on who it is. But I'm trying to find out what type of pitching staff works. The only other new stuff that I haven't really talked about is the bullpen. I'm rocking the Team Affinity Tom Henke boost in the bullpen, using a bunch of the captain relievers and the other snapshot relievers like Trevor Hoffman, Mariano Rivera, and such. I feel like that's a really viable play for a bullpen to start off the season here. It's definitely not like OP or anything, but it's a pretty good option, especially to start off the season while we're building up the bullpens bit by bit with more 99s. So I actually might test the bullpen here, depending on how Satchel does. I usually do this thing where I keep starters in way too long on average. Wow, that pitch went entirely out of the par. That's not supposed to happen. Like, that is clearly a connection thing, because we are playing against a good old PS5, PS4 player, whomever it is. So, that sometimes happens in weird connection or cross-play games. Oh, okay, Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor is always someone I can never get out. All year, I have not been able to get this man out. He's always a problem to me. It's insanity. And it's my first time facing 99 Giancarlo Stanton. I am excited to use this card. He will definitely have his own episode of Late Night Scan, because I am very excited to use this man. Stanton cards are usually my favorite, and it might be one of the next ones we end up doing. All right, let's attack him inside 4 seam. Let's get a ball over the plate. Oh, beautiful. Just gas. Let's go curveball down and in. Ooh, it hung. It hung and it ended up away. And Trout botched it. All right. Sick. Well, we're down 1-0 before I could even get up to the dish. And that's Satchel Paige for you, man. His pars are just massive. And it's so easy to miss spots. And honestly, I probably should have even thrown the curveball. Should have even considered it. I should have just stuck fastball, slider, maybe occasional screwball. Because, man, he's just hanging pitches left and right. Let's go high four seam here. Wow. Okay. Go away sinker then. Beautiful. Trying to get him dialed up on the high velo four seam. Got an early swing and miss there. Things you like to see. So I'll tell you what, we better hit against Hilton Smith. Because we're already facing the 8-ball. Down 1-0 here. But I think we'll be fine against Hilton Smith. His fastball like touches 100. Slow breaking stuff. It gets down to like the low 90s with the sinker. Like not OP or anything for sure. So I'll just be patient, get our pitch. Try to see how he attacks his zone. He's thrown 2 sinkers. Hasn't thrown his four seam yet. I wonder how much this dude's going to even throw the four seam with them. I mean, you got to definitely sprinkle it in since it has pretty good velo. Ooh. High 12-6 curveball. He actually located it too. What a pitch. There's a sinker again. Throwing a lot of sinkers to start off with Hilton Smith. You haven't seen a single four seam yet. And there it is. Ooh, that was a changeup. Okay. So yeah, so Hilton Smith is I think the thing that's tough is reading the breaking balls and the sinker. You got changeup, 12-6, and sinker, all with a pretty similar movement. Man, that one being in the middle of the zone actually hurt me. I had the timing. I just dropped the PCI. I thought that was like the curveball and it was going to drop to the corner. And honestly, solid swing with Trout, just a little early on it. Hey, that's the thing with Mike Trout. He's like such like a good pull hitter. It always takes a bit for me to adjust to his swing and get used to sitting back with him again. Because like, yeah, you got to sit back, poke that to right field. All right, if he throws that down in fastball in the zone, I am absolutely swinging at it this time. He's kind of establishing that as a strike to lefties here. That down and in four seam. I'm almost going to camp it 3-0 here. All right, it's fine. Give him that one. See how much he throws that. I almost want to give him some false confidence here. You know, see how many pitches he can get in the zone against me. The hit and run with 3-2, 2 outs. Gets him over to third. Good old Ken Griffey Jr. All right, Vladdy. He's absolutely going to throw some away stuff here. Try to get me to roll over to pitch. I'm honestly taking a lot of pitches that are center zone. And, like, this is probably because I just haven't played much. I'm just trying to get used to reading the ball again. Take a lot of pitches. Just get used to seeing the ball a lot. But I'll tell you what, these are very hittable pitches I'm taking that I probably should just swing at. But you know what? The patience is working. We're getting the pitch count up. We're making him throw some different pitches. Even if I'm not really swinging until 2 strikes, you know. But this at bat, now that we've seen a bit, I think we got a lefty up here. I'm going to sit that down and then four seam here. Oh, there it is, baby. The Grandy man. I'm pretty sure our last video with Granderson, he popped off. He popped off. Let's go. And we're up 4-0, just like that. We'll take that for a first inning. I know Mike Trout himself wasn't an impact in that first at bat, but a 4-run first, including a grand salami from Curtis Granderson. Also, by the way, it says Granderson on the back of his jersey now. Okay, that's actually neat. I'm glad they got that to work. I know they put the nicknames below the fly balls and stuff, like below the fielder on fly balls. But I didn't know it showed like his last name on the back of the jersey. Love to see that. But yeah, we're just going to keep on going business as usual. It's Satchel Paige. Four seam sinker, slider probably being the big pitches I throw. Sprinkle in some screwballs, probably away to the lefties. I'm going to kind of attack this guy with the fastball, though, because he hasn't proven to put up great swings against him. He's early on him or he's late on him. So I kind of want to make sure I'm throwing those enough to keep him on his toes. Hasn't really found the timing on those fastballs too well. And especially get an early swing on a four seam. I'm not giving you another four seam because you got to prove that you can be a little patient. Sit back on some pitches. He took that. Good take. Now, if we're going to give a four seam, we'll give it to him up and away this time instead of inside. And yeah, he's having a tough time sitting back on the four seams this inning. He sees that fastball out of the hand, has one timing, and is just early on and away, early on and inside. Can't really find that timing, so I'm absolutely going to keep on sprinkling it in until he shows any evidence he's adjusting. And I would say that's the thing with Satchel Paige. I think the velo is the thing you got to rely on. The velo on the four seam is really good. You almost got to pitch with him like a Nolan Ryan. I think we talked about it before with Satchel Paige. Where, like, you're not going to really dot with him too much, but you got to establish fastball. You got to mix in the breaking stuff so you can get him off the fastball a bit. And, like, you're not really here to dot or really hit spots with them. You're really just throwing breaking stuff just to keep their eyes on other stuff and really establish four-seam fastballs in. Even try to blow it past them regularly. Hopefully a high four-seam works. It does. You got to really rely on it. It's like with Nolan Ryan and Satchel Paige, like the velo on that four-seam, it feels so much tougher to hit than a lot of other outlier four-seams. You almost got to rely on it a bit. But yeah, good bounce back inning there. Now, like, we are in a great spot here against good old Hilton Smith. Now I'm going to start swinging a little bit more aggressively here in the second. Especially since I took that first inning to really read how my opponent's pitching me. Wow, that's crazy to go to that four-seam again after me being all over it with Granderson. I'd have been petrified to throw that. All right, that's a solid swing. You got to pull that, though. The pitcher got to pull. Center cut slider. Like, it's a good swing. But if I pull that, it's definitely a homer. It's a lazy fly out of the center with that timing. All right, so he got one strike. If he throws this down in the four-seam again, doesn't like throwing it first pitch, but he likes to throw it like second pitch. There it is. I just missed it. Not going to throw it again, though. Not twice in a row. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a pattern here where he goes to the slow stuff after a down and in four-seam. I was late on that. Dang it, dude. Come on, I want to run away with this game here. We had a great start. Last thing I want to do is give him any sort of momentum and have a scoreless second inning. All right, so probably inside sinker to the righty. But he was throwing a lot. Yep. Doesn't locate it at all. Just all in on the hands. It doesn't get me to bite at all. Beautiful. Just a beautiful swing from Derek. That's why we love Jeter, man. I gotta actually keep him on the God Squad for a bit at some point. Because like, I love this Derek Jeter card. Just there's so many other players I'm constantly shuffling through. It's tough to actually make me want to do it. I actually went four-seam inside first pitch. Oh, I just missed that. I had the timing. The difference was that downward movement with the sinker. All right. Let's attack him inside four-seam here. Let's see if he's got the timing down or not. All right, he got it down there. Come on, Trout, get it in. Keep him to one. Nope. Not at all. All right, so now we got to make an adjustment there. Through the four-seam fastball, he made the adjustment to the timing on his end. I now have to be a little bit more wary throwing that, and I absolutely hung that. Absolutely hung that. Didn't get perfect pinpoint, and it just absolutely floated. All right, let's just start throwing some away sinkers here because we got him pretty committed on the four-seam. I want to see if he adjusts to the sinker away now. Now throw high four-seam above the zone. Now he's late, so he was trying to slow down. Go down and in slider now. Just change the eye level a bit. He hasn't bit at that at all. Like, that's one pitch he hasn't even really considered. Him with the curveball, though. Beautiful. It actually ended up in the perfect spot. It's probably going to get over to third, though. Let's see. Perfect cutoff. Nope. All right. I'm going to go halfway. Actually, no, we'll go in on the infield here. I'm pretty confident we can get a flubby grounder with Stanton here. And if a single is the worst thing I give up with him, it's not the end of the world. All right, so early inside sinker. I'm going to throw a high four seam above the zone. Good take. That's kind of tough to read with a tall hitter like Stanton. So good take from him. Go way slider now. Beautiful. And I'm going to go low screwball. Hopefully it stays low. Beautiful. We get her out. No need for the infield in now. We just need to get a ground out or anything. We don't need a ground out. But the fact he swung at that low screwball, I should keep on throwing the screwball low. I shouldn't even bother throwing it near the zone, especially with Satchel and how much he's hanging it. We got to just throw that low every time. Ooh, we got him on a slider. He's early on it. That would tell me he wants inside fastball. You're not going to get it, though. You get a curveball. And that one hung. Thank goodness he was early on it. You get a slider again, though. Good take. He adjusted. Now we'll go four seam high again, but out of the zone. Yes. I'm just trying to get a gauge of like when he's guessing four seam. And whenever I think he's going to guess that four seam fastball and really commit to it, I'm not throwing it in that spot he wants it. He wants it middle in. Those have been the only four seam fastballs he's really hit well. I'm not going to give it to him middle in. Especially when I know he's very likely guessing it. But yeah, we rolled over something with Mike Trout last time. I mean, if you're going to pitch to Mike Trout, it's going to be throwing the ball away to him. You almost got to bank on like the slightly lower vision, even though he's got good vision on his card. It's 92. You got to bank on the extreme pull tendency, and you got to make your opponent sit back a little bit more because this card is really good at pulling pitches. The swing feels really quick. So that's going to be the spot you pitch him. You pitch him in on the hands outside of the zone. Slow stuff away. And so far, he's kind of living up to that. 3-0. I am going to be ready to swing. He gave me down in fastball. He gave it to me. And I had the timing. But I was just off on the PCI. I'll take that swing all day because I literally just missed the PCI placement. And that's a swing I want on a 3-0 pitch. This dude loves his down and in four seams. It's like a go-to pitch for him. Like, it's almost like you want to camp that PCI there when you're expecting fastball, because that's like the most consistent spot he throws a four seam. It's on the inner bottom right part of the plate, whether it's down and in or middle in. Don't catch it. Don't catch it. All right, that's a mix of bad luck and just bad swing. I just kind of had a swing I didn't even think about. That's one that a lot of times could be a foul ball, but it wasn't. That's what I get for just putting up a lazy swing there. That was a lazy swing. We've had a couple of those swings in the second and third inning here. Kind of losing some of the touch, some of the strategy to the play here. We got to kind of bring it back here. All right. That's fine. No way he throws another four seam. He went sinker. Man, another swing I just missed. I'll say that the one thing that's getting me with Hill and Smith, I think, is the break on the sinker. I've just missed a lot of these sinkers because of the break on it. And it's enough to just get me off the PCI a bit, you know? It's not like incredible velo or anything. But it's a little deceptive with the slightly the good break it has. So I kind of just gotta. I definitely gotta keep on hitting the four seams when he throws those, because he keeps on throwing those in the same spots. I gotta sell out on those a bit, I think. Because I mean, we saw in the Granderson at bat, like when I get that pitch, it is gonna be the easiest pitch I can hit. And then we'll once we get the four seam down, then we'll have to get the sinker down, because we'll probably transition to throwing those more than the four seam fastballs. I mean, if I start crushing the four seam every time he throws it, he's not going to throw the four seam much. So we got to make sure we make him pay on that pitch, and then we'll take on the sinker. I mean, we know how he's throwing the fastball. You got to take advantage of that. Right to me. Thank you very much, sir. We love quick innings like that with Satchel. I mean, not the smoothest. I mean, hard hit out to end it, but we'll take that. All right. I'm feeling good leading off with Granderson. Granderson's my guy. We're going to just predict pitches here. We're going to camp this PCI down and in. I'm going to wait for him to throw a pitch in my zone here, at least until a 2-strike count. Try not to swing at anything else. Yeah, Curtis Granderson is insane. This card might not ever leave my team with how good he's been. It's 2 home runs this video. In the previous video, he was at 4 for 4 with 4 homers. He's been insane for me, man. He's unreal. All right, let's keep doing that. Let's just keep on camping that PCI down and in and only swinging at pitches he throws in there. Not swinging at anything up and away. But just sit in our zone. Wait for him to throw into our zone. Come on, baby. Keep it going. 3 straight pitches. 3 straight homers. Let's go. There we go. Literally instant adjustment is working out. We're going to keep on doing it. Keep on sitting inside. Oh, he went up and in fastball. I wanted that. Let's see if he throws another 4-seam. Man, this is the thing with Hilton Smith. Like, the fastball isn't good, really. I mean, it's an okay fastball, but if you can hit velo, you're not going to really have a problem hitting it. And a lot of the breaking stuff isn't really reliable to throw in the zone. Like, trying to throw, like, changeups, curveballs, and stuff in the zone is just not a reliable way to play, you know? And especially with a slider, it's like a pretty slow slider like his, right? Like a pretty mid-speed slider, you know? There we go again, down and in. We got our pitch in our zone. And he should make the adjustment, stop throwing those pitches, but he keeps on throwing them. So as long as he keeps on throwing them, we got to make him pay for it. All right, so he hung a slider last time, the Jeter. Starting to go those down away 4-seams versus righties. It definitely makes sense. See if he goes back to it here. Oh, I went inside. Hasn't thrown many of the inside 4-seams to the righties. Got me on that one. See, like, you got to, like, it's a fastball that is fast enough where you got to expect it, you know? You got to be committed to the fastball still. It's getting 99. And it can catch up on you sometimes when you're not expecting it. But as long as you are ready for that fastball all the time, it's not unhittable by any means. It only starts to get tough when you're into outlier territory. Oh, man, that was a cookie. I just absolutely dropped that PCI. And I should have been ready for that. He's followed that sequence a good bit this game. Just tunneling down and in. All right, I'll take that fight all day. Oh, come on, Cattell. You gotta find it. We're close. Man, I'm just foul ball city with Cattell Marte right now. There it is. We just had to keep on fighting off those pitches I was just missing. Oh, my. All right, let's get 3 runs and get a little mercy here, you know? Let's do something with Mike Trout as well, you know? I know you watch this video, you're probably like, oh, this is about Mike Trout. He hasn't done anything. No way he's worth it. Let's see if we got something with him here. Hanging slider. Hanging slider, and I managed to miss it with Mike Trout, of all people. Tragic. I will say, I don't want to say it's sucky, because, like, we're having a good game. But someone like Hilton Smith, I feel like, is really easy to hit lefty-righty. But righty-righty, not as much. You know, I mean, like, most of the damage has been done in these left-handed at-bats, you know? So, for the sake of Mike Trout, it's tough because he's a breaking ball guy. A lot of breaking balls get thrown. Mike Trout is really only going to punish the hanging breaking balls. And also, since I haven't been playing as much, you know, I don't have the same normal reaction time that I normally do, where I just plop that ball on the PCI on the ball. Not like I've been just a little off. I gotta, in a game like this, since I'm just getting a feel for things again, I kind of gotta commit to guessing pitches more and play that approach rather than just swinging anything, you know? I don't have the same reaction as normal. And that's what happens when you don't play online as much. You're not playing Hall of Fame or anything regularly. You kind of got to adjust. And for someone like me, you know, I've got Hall of Fame down well. And I get to a point where I get good reaction time and I get good PCI placement pretty often. But you can see on some of the pitches, I've just been a little off this game. Sometimes I have to guess pitch a little bit more or do a little bit more work to get that PCI right. And a poor Mike Trout has been a victim of the bad luck, that's for sure. the bad luck by just missing PCIs. All right, what's his timing on that four seam? He's late. You're going to get another one. You know, you're getting another away four seam. I want to see you sit back and hit an away one. And Satchel missed his spot. Sick nasty, dude. I will warm up the pen. I do want to go to the pen early on here. If Satchel does not get it done, even though we are in mercy territory, and, you know, I'm close to potential win here, I will test that bullpen early on. Because Satchel's definitely been a little bit sketchy. Like that. That pitch ended up in the zone. No, no, no. What's his timing on that? He's just early? Okay, he's still committed to that. Get a sinker now. Man, the pars are so big. It's so tough to pitch with Satchel. It's tough to pitch with him because he just misses a lot of spots. Even with like a four seam, which should be like a comfortable pitch with him, you know? You know, I'm fine with that curveball ending there. Because we're going to throw a screwball down low now. It did end up low. Gosh. Satchel Paige. Lock it in, buddy. I'm going to keep you in for at least a couple more batters here. I'm feeling confident in my chances of winning, but you got to find it here, buddy. I think I'm a little early with the pinpoint, too, so we got to sit back a little bit more on that. Be a little bit more patient. A little eager to do that downward swipe. Man, that's a tough take. Good swing. That's going to be... He just missed that. I was kind of challenging him there, just throwing all of those pitches down in the way on purpose. Kind of trying to see if he makes the adjustment, if he eventually puts up a good swing on it. And he did. He adjusted real well. Just took a few pitches for him to find that timing. All right, so he's still sitting four seam for sure. I'm going to hit him with an away sinker here. Keep on throwing them sinkers. Give me that. That's a lucky one. I wanted to keep on challenging him with the sinker because he was pretty on the four seam. And like at a point like this, it's tough to decide what pitches you throw with Satchel, especially like a 3-2 count. I think you just want to throw some sort of fastball. Hopefully, please swing at this down and in slider. Thank you. I need that. And now since you have Lindor, he's a little short fella. Throw a four seam above the zone here. Wow, how'd he foul that off? Now we'll go back, change the eye level, go back with the screwball. Man. Now we'll go middle in slider, kind of go like somewhere in between. Hopefully, like treats like a screwball. It's not. Didn't get a bite on it. Go down and in with the screwball now. Early, so he's getting used to seeing that screwball. We'll go high four seam again here. Man, he's not taking that. I think it's got to throw it in the zone. We'll go high and away four seam. Please catch it, Granderson. You would be my hero if you caught this. Nope. You are not my hero. Get it in. Get her in, Mike. Perfect relay. All right. That was a lucky break yet again. Little weird base running. Good relay. This is like a very sketchy, like quality start from a Satchel Paige. He's just kind of crawling through these innings here. The slider isn't really getting enough. The four seam isn't really hitting its spot. I'm only feeling pretty confident in these righty-righty at-bats. When I face a lefty or a switch hitter, it's sketchy. That is for sure. But hey, 5 strong. Kept it at 2. We've gotten out of trouble with him a few times. That's huge. All right, so now we got Vladdy. If he throws that down and away fastball, I'm absolutely trying to poke that to right field. The shift is on. He likes to throw that pitch. He threw it last time to Vlad. I will absolutely try to hit that down the line, try to get a free double or something. So I don't normally like sitting away, but I might somewhat sit away here this at bat. I think it's taking a bit to pitch. Might be a little flustered after that last inning. Oh, I got my fastball. Felt like an auto pitch there. All right, he's effy here. That's fine. We'll give him that. That was right on the black. Good little pitch. Probably throws like a changeup or a curveball here. Either that or like a sinker in on the hands. He's clearly contemplating a lot. Ooh, there was that low and away four seam. Kind of chased it. But had that been the zone, I would have been ready for it. That's just a dot. That's one I had to swing at. I didn't want to swing at it, but that was too close to take. That could have been easily called strike 3. So I kind of had to take the cut there, and it just went right to the catcher. Freaking good pitch. He hasn't thrown that front door slider really at all. He keeps on throwing down and in fastballs like Curtis Granderson. Like, does he want me to hit home runs with Granderson? He keeps on giving me the pitch I want with him. It's really interesting. Ooh, sinker right down the middle. Again, it's that freaking sinker. I haven't adjusted to that sinker break. Like, every time he gets a sinker over the plate and I'm ready timing-wise, I'm always on that bottom left part of the PCI virtually every time. Almost got, like, I don't know what I got to do to adjust it. Do I got to just, like, start the PCI a little bit more left, maybe? Maybe I just, like, overcompensate left? I don't know. But you see, even on that one, same part of the PCI. Oh, man. Just missed it. Just missed that. There's that sinker again. The pesky old sinker. You probably could win by just only throwing sinkers instead of four seam. Just being real with you all. I just haven't been on that at all. Wow. Freaking Doc, good pitch. I didn't, like, I will say, this guy's committed to his strategy. He's like, okay, I need to throw inside fastballs with Hilton Smith to get outs. I'm going to keep on throwing it, even if he hits some absolute piss missiles off of me, you know? So I'll credit him for being committed to the cause. Because his overcommitment to it is honestly throwing me off a bit. Like, he hasn't strayed away from that inside fastball at all. He's like, you know what? He's hit some rockets off of it. I'm just going to keep on throwing it. You got to respect it. Sometimes you see the pitcher stray from their strategy. And, I mean, if he's using Hilton Smith, he must be using him for a reason, you know. He must pitch well enough with him to warrant keeping him in there. So it must work in other scenarios. All right, so it's below the zone. Kind of tunnel it off the sinker. Beautiful. I want you there, Trout, Mr. 99 speed. Nice. Good little play from Trouty. You know what? I'm just going to make up a fake excuse and say that I'm intentionally not getting the mercy so I can get Mike Trout again, you know? Will you guys believe it? Probably not, but I'm going to say that for my own ego. Now, this game could have absolutely been over a couple innings ago. But, you know, we're trying to get Mike Trout up again. You know, he's trying to get him up again, you know? Ooh, he just missed that sinker. It's getting the job done. 6 strong, quality start for Satchel Paige. Probably take him out after next inning. He's up on that pitch count. He's just missed a few swings. It's about time he just absolutely poops on him. Oh, never mind. I didn't even need to do that. Didn't even need to burn the bullpen. GG's to my opponent. Someone who is an all-star who hasn't really gotten into Hall of Fame. This is what happens when you're like me and you don't play ranked right away. Sometimes you dip into those all-star ratings. And man, we had some crazy innings there. Mike Trout, is he worth the stubs? Being honest with you, I have a tough time warranting one player ever being worth 700K. So I don't think any chase back player on their own is worth it. But I will say, he's going to be one of the best, if not the best outfielders in the game for the rest of the year. You can use him for set 5, set 6, rest of the year. And, I mean, while he is expensive, I think he's a player namesake-wise, or just in terms of the card as well, is worth saving up for. You know, it's not like other chase packs where the cards would phase out eventually. Or if you had gotten multiple chase cards, you know, you only have to decide between one staying in the lineup to wild card. You know, with Mike Trout, this is a card you can get, use him for the rest of the year. He's be one of the best cards all year. It's Mike Trout. So he's fun. But if you're someone who's building a team, you don't need Mike Trout. It's the beauty of the game in the current structure. I mean, someone like Curtis Granderson had a 2-homer game. He's been unreal and is 15K. So, no, don't take this as you gotta get Mike Trout. But if you have the stubs, if you want to have a fun card, you gotta give him a try. It's Mike Trout, right? He's fun in that respect. So yeah, appreciate you all watching. Let me know which player you want to see me use next. I have a lot of set 4 content to go through, from the XP reward path guys like Machado, some Team Affinity, Roberto Clemente, so on and so forth. So let me know who you want to see next. I'll try to do that one next, and I will hopefully see you all again here on the next one here soon. You have a great rest of your day. If you want to see some more videos here, check out the tier list videos I make as well, where we went through my favorite set 4 cards. We'll be doing one of those again here soon. But you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again on the next one.